The real reason Prince Harry got a US visa. Lies, drugs, and deception uncovered. Greetings and a gracious welcome to the World of Royal Staff's channel. It appears that Prince Harry can't seem to keep his nose clean, both figuratively and literally. The Duke of Sussex finds himself again as usual in a sticky situation as activists demand the public release of his US visa application to verify whether he honestly admitted to his drug use before relocating to California with his wife, the former actress Meghan Markle. According to Mail Online, a conservative think tank is in the midst of a battle with Washington, D.C. officials who are staunchly refusing to publish any details, citing the prince's supposed privacy. But let's be real, when you're a public figure, can you really expect to keep your dirty laundry hidden? Harry has already admitted to taking cocaine, cannabis, and magic mushrooms in his memoir, Spare, and in various television interviews. He even had the nerve to say that marijuana and psychedelics really helped him deal with his trauma, while cocaine was just a social thing. Seriously, Harry? The Heritage Foundation, however, is calling for transparency, insisting that the American taxpayer deserves to know if Harry declared his drug use on his visa application. And let's not forget the consequences of lying to immigration officials: deportation and being barred from applying for citizenship. Yikes. Mike Howell, director of the Heritage Foundation's Oversight Project, is not holding back. He says, "This request is in the public interest in light of the potential revocation of Prince Harry's visa for illicit substance use and further questions regarding the prince's drug use and whether he was properly vetted before entering the United States." Experts have already pointed out that U.S. visa applications are usually rejected if there is any history of drug use. So, did Harry receive special treatment because of his royal status and his wife's fame as a TV star? The Heritage Foundation thinks so, and they're claiming it's illegal. Mail Online reached out to Harry's representatives and the U.S. State Department for comment, but we're not holding our breath. After all, Harry has already shown us that honesty isn't his strong suit. In his autobiography, he admitted to trying cocaine for the first time on a shooting weekend at the tender age of 17. And it seems that was just the beginning. He even hallucinated during a celebrity-filled event in California and smoked cannabis after his first date with Meghan. But don't worry, it's all good because he had a positive experience with ayahuasca, a psychedelic drug that made him feel relaxed and light. The Duke of Sussex has found himself embroiled in a controversy that could potentially ruin his image, as it is revealed that he may have lied about his drug use in his U.S. visa application. In a recent interview with therapist Dr. Gabor Mate, Harry admitted to taking cocaine, cannabis, and magic mushrooms. He claimed that marijuana and psychedelics helped him cope with his trauma, while cocaine was more of a social thing. Fiona Spargo Mabs, who lost her son to a drug overdose and launched a drug education charity in his name, expressed her concern over Harry's comments. She believes that his remarks are troubling, considering his high profile and the influence he wields. It has long been speculated that Harry was granted a fast-track O1 visa due to his extraordinary abilities, just like Canadian singer Justin Bieber and Australian actor Hugh Jackman. However, immigration experts are warning that his visa renewal could be at risk after the revelations in his autobiography, Spare. Now, the Heritage Foundation, a conservative think tank, has requested the release of Harry's visa application. They are demanding to know if he was properly vetted before entering the United States and if he declared his drug use. The U.S. immigration law imposes strict penalties for lying to immigration officials, including deportation and being barred from applying for citizenship. The foundation insists that if border officials knew about Harry's drug use, it raises questions over whether he was given special treatment due to his status as a prince and his wife's celebrity status. They argue that such treatment would be illegal. Mail Online reached out to Harry's representatives and the U.S. State Department for comment, but they have yet to respond. It remains to be seen how this controversy will affect Harry's visa and his reputation. The Heritage Foundation, a conservative think tank in America, has demanded the release of Harry's visa application to ensure that he was properly vetted before entering the country. The Foundation has compiled a dossier of evidence, including Harry's own admissions in his memoir and various TV interviews about taking cocaine, cannabis, and magic mushrooms. This information has been sent to U.S. officials to bolster their Freedom of Information request. But so far, U.S. officials have refused to release Harry's visa application, citing privacy concerns. However, Mike Howell, director of the Heritage Oversight Project, insists that it is in the public interest to know how Harry's case was handled and has appealed the decision. The Foundation has demanded to see any emails, texts, WhatsApps or other correspondence related to Harry's visa to ensure public confidence in how it was handled. And given Harry's admitted drug use, it is unclear whether he was properly vetted before being granted entry into the U.S. The Duke of Sussex drug abuse, including marijuana, cocaine, and magic mushrooms, has raised questions about his application for residency in the United States. It remains to be seen if DHS, CBP, and USCIS failed to properly vet such a high-profile case, which could undermine public confidence in the government. It is also unclear what type of visa Harry holds, but experts speculate that he either holds a spousal visa sponsored by his American wife or a O1 visa, which is given to people with extraordinary ability. But one thing is certain, Harry's drug use has put his visa at risk, and U.S. authorities are taking this matter seriously. This could mean trouble for the Duke of Sussex and his wife Meghan Markle, who moved to California in 2020. We are encouraged that more and more questions about Harry and Meghan's dealings seem to be surfacing. All Americans are furious at the arrogance and disrespect Harry has displayed. It's time for him to move on. People value our freedoms and are not interested in his uneducated, arrogant opinions. Then, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle decided to ditch the UK and settle down in California in 2020. However, now it seems that Harry's visa status may be in jeopardy as his visa is set to expire soon. This could spell trouble for the prince as he's recently admitted to using drugs. Anyone applying for temporary or permanent residency in the U.S. is required to disclose their criminal and drug history during the application process. According to Professor Alberto Benitez, director of George Washington University's Immigration Clinic, Harry may have been in trouble if he was truthful in his answers. If he was truthful in his answers, he should have been denied, Benitez said, insinuating that Harry may have lied on his visa application. The professor went on to say that if Harry did not detail his drug use, he would have been perjuring himself on an official U.S. government document. Ouch! That doesn't sound good, does it? Benitez claimed that honesty would have been in the Duke's best interest, but noted that Harry may have received some discretion from immigration officials due to his royal status. But if he was just a regular person, Benitez added, I could certainly see the green card being denied. To add insult to injury, U.S. State Department officials have repeatedly refused to answer whether Harry's admission of drug use would cause difficulties with his immigration status or if he had detailed any drug use before. According to a spokesman in January, visa records are confidential under U.S. law. Therefore, we cannot discuss the details of individual visa cases. We cannot speculate on whether someone may or may not be eligible for a visa. In other words, Harry's future in the U.S. is uncertain. As the Duke of Sussex awaits the fate of his visa renewal application, one can only wonder if his celebrity status will be enough to get him off the hook. But with the way things are going, it seems that Harry may be in for a rude awakening.